If the bull market's nearing its end, maybe 80% done, and a recession looms, how do you see Tesla stock holding up with its AI innovations on the horizon? Could breakthroughs like a full FSD rollout and Optimus robots keep it steady through a downturn, or might it stagnate for a few years as it's done before? So first of all, everybody, do not confuse crypto bull markets with stock bull markets. There's always something in a bull market at any given time, okay? Not everything runs the same course. But let's look at why. Well, first of all, when you say 80% done, that's my term for the crypto bull market is 80% done. But remember, the last 20% is the most explosive. So buckle in, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be fun. Now, let's talk about Tesla. What's going on? First of all, this actually I shared earlier this morning, and I didn't realize how relevant it was to this question. But the point is, the big spenders out there in the world have a lot of wealth. And this is an important thing to note as well. A lot of people think, oh, there's going to be a recession and spending will stop. Well, if you're in the business of selling luxury items, that doesn't happen. Okay. And the stunning thing about this chart here is you can see the top 10% of US income earners basically control 50% of the spend. And they're the people that typically buy things like Teslas and will be buying robots and, solar panels and energy storage units and stuff like that. And that's stunning. But the average household expenditure in the United States is $488,000. I calculated that myself this morning too. That's 132 million households. And you divide, I can't remember, but $65 trillion by that number of households, and you get how much is being spent. So even if there is a recession, remember, the top 10% always have money. In fact, I also just shared the top list of billionaires as well earlier today on Patreon. So check that out if you're interested. Now, the tailwinds for Tesla. First of all, FSD unsupervised is coming. I literally drove last night. I was so exhausted. I was absolutely falling asleep at the wheel 5 times. But the car did it. So as long as I kept my head steady and pretended I was looking out the window, I could sleep. And I know that please don't ever do this at home, ladies and gentlemen. It's very dangerous, but I was just exhausted because I wasn't able to sleep very much this week. And driving at night, kind of scary. Anyway, the car did it. The FSD on the Cybertruck is unbelievable. It has gotten more. It's far better than me at driving right now anyway. And I wouldn't leave home without it. But the Model 2 is coming too. And the reason this is profound is you will have a sub $30,000 car that drives itself. No car company will be able to compete. Ford Motor Company said they're working in their Skunks Work project that's going to come out in 2027, 2028, which means maybe 2030, of a new affordable EV, but it will not have FSD. They are wasting their time. Shout out to Jim Farley. You're wasting your time, brother. Do something else. Perp crypto or something. You're just wasting your time. Tesla are so far ahead. And so are the Chinese. We'll talk about the Chinese in a minute too. This puppy is also launching in June. It's probably not a good photo. The gold looks a lot better in real life, but that's coming as well. Cybercabs are rolling around autonomously driving. And Optimius job postings explode. 75 new job listings for the Tesla bot compared to just 5 weeks ago. All right. And AI, robotics, dojo, FSD, training infrastructure is all exploding too. They have an insurmountable lead in AI, compute, technology, factories. Nobody can touch them. But you can pretend like BYD is coming for them. They're not going to make it. I've heard that for 10 years. They're still not going to make it. Now, back to the answer to your question. I do believe, and I've said this before, Tesla may not be interest rate proof, but it's definitely recession proof. And if you think about the top 10% that spend over $500,000 a year, they will, if they can get their hands on a robot, they will be buying them. And they'll be buying self-driving cars, and they'll be buying fleets of cybercabs if they can get their hands on them as well. Don't worry about Tesla. They will be just fine in a recession. Okay? And by the way, I forgot to mention, if you think about a recession, we've been in many of them for the last 4 years. Many. Real estate, commercial real estate, manufacturing, you name it, travel. It's been really bad. So anyway, the moral of the story here is don't think about bull markets encapsulating everything or recessions encapsulating everything. That's just the big learning today.